What's going on, guys? Daniel aka Phoenix here, back again with another video towards the end. It's now 2018 and I didn't get to really do a whole lot of stuff. I just released Stranded, my last machinima. It wasn't really active on YouTube, but I have some free time and I wanted to make this video, and I said I was going to. If you follow me on Instagram, I said I was going to make this video. So here's my top 10 movies of 2017. So coming in at number 10, we have Silence. Silence is directed by Martin Scorsese, stars Andrew Garfield, Adam Driver, Liam Neeson. It was a really powerful, emotionally driven movie that was a lot different. It was really slow, took its time to tell its story, but it was emotionally devastating. Like, this movie beat you to your core. And that's what I loved about Silence. It was brilliantly acted, and the story is very unique and different and something you don't really see a lot in the cinema. And it told a true story and was like very passionate and gave it its all in its deliverance, and that's what I really liked about Silence. Coming in at number 9 was a movie that probably none of you saw, but I saw because I'm a huge Sword Art Online fan, and that was Sword Art Online, the movie Ordinal Scale. This brought back the themes that I liked about the first arc of the season and the original story with Kirito and Asuna, and it created a new piece of technology that incorporated augmented reality. That is something we're starting to see in the future. So all this cool action stuff and everything, and seeing the cool animated action, like this was a TV series that got a movie budget now, so all of the effects and all the animation is really top notch, and it was really nice to see it in the theater. Coming in at number 8 was probably the surprise hit of the year for me, at least, and that was Baby Driver. Baby Driver is directed by Edgar Wright, stars Ansel Elgort, and is a really cool, fun, fast-paced movie that just delivers on everything. It's got a killer soundtrack that matches every scene beat by beat. The opening scene is one of the most entertaining opening scenes I've ever seen. Probably this year was the most entertaining. And the story was unique, and it was like Drive in Guardians of the Galaxy had a baby, and that's Baby Driver. Coming in at number 7 is Keanu Reeves' second entry as John Wick, John Wick Chapter 2, and this movie doubles down. The violence is crazier, the action is better, the lines and the whole atmosphere, it just gets doubled, and the scope expands, and it does everything that a sequel wants. It just builds upon its world and just like ups the scales and like all the stuff that you liked about the first one, but just goes all in. And because they know what they're trying to do, they know what they are, they're fully realized, and they deliver. John Wick Chapter 2 is definitely a fun action ride. Coming in at number 6 is my only MCU entry, so watch out, haters. I got you. And that is Thor Ragnarok. Thor Ragnarok was funny, unexpected. Did not expect to have as much fun as I did in a Thor movie as I did with this one. This is super awesome. We got all brand new characters. We got Valkyrie. We got fan favorite of mine, Korg. That dude is awesome. And then Hela, she wasn't a terrible villain, as we've seen with most of them. Not the best this year, comic book villainy wise, but she did her job, and like the scale's huge. All the stunts and the bitter and the banter and the dialogue, everything was like really nice, quippy, and just really fun to see on the big screen. It was a total fun popcorn movie. Coming in at number 5, I'm gonna get some hate for this one, but that's okay, and that's Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Star Wars: The Last Jedi, not getting into spoilers at all with any of these, but Star Wars: The Last Jedi had some ups, and the ups, they were super high. They were some of the best moments in the entire series, but the lows and some of the subplots for me, they just weren't cutting it for a Star Wars movie, especially of the praise that Rian Johnson has been getting for this film in like during its production. Just like some of it I was just like, really, or like why? And then like there's some continuity errors that just kind of just like take me out of it. It's not like they're bad, but it's just like me as a viewer who notices certain things, and it just causes me to question things rather than to just take them for granted that somebody else might do as an audience member. But just these little things just take me out of the movie and just like lower my enjoyment. So that's why it's only at number 5, but it's still on the list. So it was still a really good movie. Just getting that out there. All right, now 4 through 1 right here. This is like really close. Okay, either like these can be interchangeable. They were, but this is the list that I got. Okay, so at number 4 we got another amazing work by my boy Christopher Nolan. Dude is killing it every movie he makes. Dunkirk, completely unorthodox way of telling the story. Not really even character driven and all, but I was in that movie. I had the privilege of seeing this movie IMAX cinema And oh my gosh, you get that experience. The sound is everything in this movie. The action, the stakes, the tension, everything was heightened by this experience that I went into the IMAX theater, and it was truly an experience I will never ever get again. At number 3 is a movie that some people have some problems with, but I tend to oversee those. It's because it's just a small thing at the end, but like the grand scale and quality of the film just soars it to whole new heights, and that is War for the Planet of the Apes. What an amazing final chapter of this trilogy, marking it to be one of my favorite trilogies of all time, one of the best trilogies of all time in my opinion. War for the Planet of the Apes is a character piece. I get that there were some marketing issues, but I overlooked that and take the film at face value as what it is. And it is emotional, it is devastating, it is a dark, true movie that focuses on this character and his emotional journey, not only in this film, but like connecting the dots throughout the entire trilogy, like harkening back to themes and other elements that we've seen in the past 2 movies. And it was a perfect send-off to this trilogy, to this reboot Planet of the Apes franchise in the greatest way I could have ever imagined. Number two, this is the most beautiful movie I've ever seen in my entire life, and I don't think anything is going to be coming close to it very soon, and that is Blade Runner 2049. I mean, like, for Christ's sakes, I even got the Blade Runner gun because of how awesome that movie is. Like, this movie was awesome. It's like a murder mystery, kind of, not like, yeah, it's kind of like that. It's just like a private investigation, follows this one character throughout the entire 2 hours and 45-minute runtime, which I don't have a problem with. If something's good, I will watch it. Like, and all the stuff, like the practical effects, the sets, the visual effects, the world that they built is so real and so realized and immersive. Everything about this movie is crafted to perfection. There's so much passion, like emphasis, and just skill behind everything that they've done in this movie. Some of the scenes were groundbreaking technologically speaking. Some of the sets were out of this world, and just the scale and the music, Hans Zimmer does it again. Ryan Gosling, again, one of my favorite actors, just proves again that he's one of the best. And Denis Villeneuve, amazing director. I love Prisoners, Arrival's really good too. I haven't seen Enemy, and Sicario is pretty good too, but this for me is his best work, and I can't wait to see what he does next. I know we might not be getting a sequel, and I'm okay with that because Blade Runner 2049 is enough for me. Number 1, okay, you guys saw this coming, okay? This movie came out beginning of March and remained best movie the entire year. That's something that doesn't really happen. Sometimes we get these best movies towards the end of the year, maybe not even till December, but from March on, this movie was my favorite movie the entire year, and that was Logan. Logan, nobody expected this. This was not only brutal, gory, rated R, had some foul language and some mature elements that we expected to see from a rated R Wolverine movie, but this movie does something that I think the rated R thing, like, to me, rated R movies aren't just R for like gore and everything, they're rated R for real, okay? And this movie justifies that completely. This movie understands it's a comic book movie and takes the classic cliche tropes out of it, and it shows a dramatic movie, a drama, just filled with characters that happen to be superheroes, and shows an emotionally driven journey through the eyes of these characters. It has some of the best performances I've seen in a really long time from Sir Patrick Stewart and Hugh Jackman, and Daphne Keane. Amazing introduction. I can't wait to see what else she does. This movie was gripping. It got me in the feels for sure, and it just killed it on every aspect, and it invented my whole new rating, which was transcendent, because this movie definitely does transcend the comic book movie genre. So anyways guys, that's all my top 10 movies of 2017. I'll be hitting you guys up with a top 10 anticipated movies of 2018 in the very near future, so hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe for new videos occasionally. I know I'm not making any promises anytime soon, but just there's stuff to see here, okay? I got some Final Fantasy reviews, I got Attack on Titan reviews, I got this video coming out, I got anticipated movies coming out, and I got Stranded, and I got another little surprise for you guys coming out pretty soon. So don't worry, stay tuned, we got some stuff. Anyways guys, this has been me, Daniel Phoenix San Pedro. Don't forget to find yourself, be yourself, and love yourself.